got the opportunity today to visit Moel Famau. I didn't have any plans to come here this year, but a neighbour was passing this way. Had a bit of business in Ruthin, about 4 miles away, and he'll be passing this way again tomorrow. So, quick change of plans for the weekend, and they got dropped off dead handy, about 1.5 miles away. So I've come to my normal spot on Moel Famau. Nice little secluded valley this. I've done videos on this before, but just set the tent up now. I get my roll mat out, yeah, sleeping bag and stuff, but nearly there. Get the tea on them. The water sources down there. Lovely clean water, that. So zoom in there. That start house is springs and runoff near the top of the mountain. Gathers pace, comes down here, goes into the vale over there, and eventually runs into the Avon Clwyd, the River Clwyd. Interestingly, we've not long had a good dry spell. It's quite droughish, and I've never known this stream in the 40 years I've been camping by it, on and off, to dry up, but it's quite low. So the hills here must have taken a pounding in a dry spell. It's quite recovered, yeah, even though we've had lots of rain. It's normally flowing a lot more than that. I'm just going to say camp overnight. We'll have my little cooking fire down here. I always, nearly always have a fire. I bring my stove and gas and whatever. I try not to use it. So really it's only backup. So I'll be setting that up in a bit. Just got to collect some bits of firewood. Not having a long-term fire, just enough to fry some sausages on tonight, sausage butties for tea tonight, and treat myself to a bit of cereal in the morning. Copious amount of tea in between. Not seen anyone in this little valley yet. There's a footpath over there, which wasn't here when I was a teenager. But the local council got their hands on it, and I have seen in the past quite a few walkers on it, mountain bikers, and the bottom part of that path down there is even a bridleway. But I've not seen anyone today, once I got dropped off. I had a couple of people talking earlier, a couple of farmers, a field below where I was walking. on the skyline up there. I've seen probably 8 or 10 people up to now. The wind's blowing from me to them, so often you can hear the voices travelling a good mile echoing down this valley, but not today. In fact, I can see 2 people up there now. So I'll zoom in on them. There they are. Well, sod off. Where they stood is one of the paths leading up to the Jubilee Tower on the summit. If I follow the summit line, there you go, where that tree is up there, that lone tree. I've seen a couple of people there earlier. There's another path heading up where that gully is. There's a lot of scree in there. You get to the top there on the ridge line. It's about 400 yards to the Jubilee Tower. It's just out of sight. Into the bush. Yeah, I'm just going to chill out tonight. Brought my mail with me, a couple of letters to read and digest. It'll be very cold tonight. Last week or so it's been quite heavy frost of a night. White roofs in the morning. Visibility is not too bad though. If I can zoom in there, in the distance, you can see those hills there are the far side of the Conwy Valley. Beyond those Snowdonia Mountains. I was talking to somebody earlier as well. Their grandkids have gone for a walk up Snowdon today, so you'll get good views from the top there. Shouldn't be too bad. It's a little bit hazy. Well, they'll do alright. The top of Snowdon, which is the highest mountain in Wales, so they call it a mountain, it's only 3,500 feet, but on a good day you can see with the Wicklow Mountains in Ireland quite easily, the naked eye, the Galloway Hills in Scotland. You need binoculars to pick out the Isle of Man, which sits below the Galloway Hills, so it just looks like it's merged into them. With binoculars you can pick it out. The Lake District Hills in England, and the Irish Sea in quite a few different directions. No sheep are running there because there's a jogger running behind them. I'm just going to sit here, just coming into view by that tree there now. Just come running down the mountain. I think it's a girl. Zoom in. I have absolutely no idea. No, it's a bloke. Making famous on YouTube now. I have no idea. Only 100 yards away. Totally oblivious. Fitted an eye on. Can't argue with that. rustled up a panad, a cuppa on the stove. I won't be lighting any sort of fire until about an hour before dark. It's about 6 o'clock, 6:15. Give me time to cook tea before it's properly dark. So I won't be having a proper fire lasting hours. I just light fires to cook on, and get a small hot fire. It doesn't take much to do a fry up. Boil some water. I don't bother with big fires like some people do. Matter of personal choice, really. 6 p.m. I've just had a little snooze for an hour in the tent. Nice and quiet. I was up at 4:30 this morning, and it just caught up with me a bit. I thought I just need an hour. Really good sleeping in places like this. Just so quiet. The odd sheep making a noise. Bit of bird song. In fact, the only noise I heard before was a helicopter going past. And so I've just been up about 20 minutes. I've knocked up the fireplace. Just zoom in on that piece of metal there. They're cooling trays for pans and that. I've had a couple of deadlift ones from my place of work, and they work really well. Pick up a few stones there. Not too high, you don't want them more than 12 inches. So you get a small hot fire, brilliant for cooking on. They go black pretty quickly, but it takes a long time before they become so misshapen they're useless. And I've got a couple there at home, probably 4 years old, and they've been hammered. They're quite twisted now, so they'll probably end up in the recycling. But that one there, I bought a couple actually. I think they were £1.29 each in Home Bargains. And that sort of price, you just can't pass it up. Make great support for the pans. And you can even actually, if you wanted to, barbecue on them. Get a fire underneath. I brought some crumpets today. I might try a couple of them. I just brought them along to see if I could actually sort of brown them a little bit on the fire. And that grill there should be ideal. I'm going to give those a go after. Well, I've got my sausages with me for my sausage butties. I'll be frying in butter. Actually, no, I won't be frying in butter tonight. I've brought, for a change, some sunflower oil, like spread. Apparently you can fry with it, so I'm going to give that a go. And see what becomes of it all. I've got the stick supply. More than enough there. If it's a nice needs, I'll get a few more sticks before the sun sets. It'll be dark at 7:30. And that'll do for the morning. You see the sun's right in my eyes there. And that's a nice nice scene there. The little tree there, little rowan tree. I'm going to light the fire in a minute. Before I do, I thought I'd just show you these. These are the bulbs off wild garlic. Dug these up the other day. I've got about 10 of them I brought with me. The roots there, I'll chop those off, although they are edible. It's wild garlic. It's called wild garlic. It's called a lot of other things as well. Ramsons is the commonest colloquial name that I'm aware of. There's all sorts of regional things, but it's called wild garlic, and it smells and tastes very oniony. But it's actually a member of the chive family, very closely related to garlic, but it's not a true garlic, not like the the bloated things you buy in the shops, being bred that way. But they're very good. All parts of the plant are edible, leaves, stalks, shoots, flowers. But I find this bulb to be the most useful part. The leaves are good for salads in the summer. And the good thing about these is, unlike proper garlic, you can't kill your food with it. If you throw too much of this in, it won't do any damage to your food. So they're going in the pan with the sausages. Yes, I'm going to use these cotton things, like eye wipe things they are. They remove makeup and stuff. But they make brilliant firelighters. That's wax, the hard bit. It's just dipped in candle wax. I've recently discovered the wax they put round cheese, big balls of cheese. That works well. So I'll start one of those up now. Just throwing that chopped up wild garlic in. Won't take long to cook that. Quite a few bats flying around. Silhouetted nice against that western sky. Anyway, sausage butty. Sausages cooked alright in that sunflower spread, but it used up quick. It sort of evaporated. So by the time I come to take the sausages out, there was very little left in the pan. Remember that for next time. Nice western sky there. Got a couple of crumpets on there, see how they fit. I think they'll toast okay. Give them a try. Bore da. Good morning. And it is quite a nice morning actually. A bit cloudy now. I think that'll dissipate a bit later. I've just relit the fire for breakfast. It's 6:30. Had quite a good sleep last night. Woke myself up a few times snoring. And I had a snooze in the afternoon yesterday, and I woke myself up snoring a few times then. Apparently I snore like a pig. But oh, a bit of smoke on the whole lungs, I think. Yeah, I'm just gonna put the pan on for some tea, and I'm gonna toast myself some more of those crumpets a bit later. A bit of cereal, I think, before I set off. I'll not depart until about 10 o'clock. Absolutely boiling, that water. Good. That's all you need. Good small hot fire. No need for big bonfires, unless you want a big bonfire, that is. But just being a bit stealthy, or you just want to cook on an open fire without the threat of starting a major blaze, then small and hot. Well, it is Sunday, I suppose. That's right, disappear. Tent hidden away there. Well, you can see it from here. It's that's the tarp. I've actually got a camo design underneath on the tent. So if the tarp seems to be a bit shiny actually, but the tent's dull. So if that tarp wasn't there, you'd probably have quite difficulty seeing the tent. You're walking up this path. I thought I'd nip down here and have a look at this little pool. The stream there running in is the stream I've had my water from, higher up the valley. Now this pool, it's artificial. This pool's been here at least 50 years. There's a bit of work being done around it. Last time I came here, it was almost full of mud. But it's a water supply for a farm just below me. And I suspect that when the drought was on, a few months ago, the water supply was very, very restricted. So I imagine they brought a digger up and dug it out to create a head of water. But I seem to remember there'll be a little sign on this dam at the end. I'll just zoom in there. That brickwork. I'll have a look for it now. But my understanding, it was from what I can remember all those years ago, is there was a plaque on here. Had something to do with Liverpool University. So I suspect students or something maybe built this or did some studies surrounding it. Maybe water flow or something like that sort of signs. I'll just go and have a look. When I came here as a teenager, it was quite a few small trout in here, 3 or 4 inches long. You can see there where that pipe's taking in water, and that's going to a farm a few 100 yards away. It's a bit of a trek getting down here. It's just do that. Look up there. The path's up by those trees. It's quite a steep bank and covered in bracken. Picking it up all the time. I found a little sheep track down. I've used that. But, yeah, I'm just trying to think back now. 40 odd years. Yeah, I do seem to remember a plaque saying that's something to do with Liverpool University. Now it's being emptied. Trout might come back. They won't grow big in this, of course. It takes them 5 or 6 years just to go a couple of inches in acidic water like this. Very little life for them to eat. So life for a trout in acid water is very much about opportunism. Dead sheep there somewhere, and torn apart by the crows, no doubt. There's a little reservoir as well. There's the blue pipe down there in that stream. It's going to a house through those trees there. But it looks like the water is tapped here anyway, for a slightly larger circulation for the properties. There's a pheasant in these bushes somewhere. Young one by the sound of it. We wandered over from one of the shoots. They're in season on Monday. 1st of October. It's tomorrow, isn't it? I think. Is it today? Today's on my phone. 30th of September. Yeah, first day of the pheasant shooting season tomorrow. If it has wandered from a shoot, then it'll probably live to fight another day. Right. I'll make my way back up here now.